Harvard Divinity School.
100 Years Rudolf Steiner, December 15th and 16th, 2025.
And our last panelist, and now we will be welcoming Mary Angela Nardelli and Tania Stoltz. Mary Angela Nardelli is an educator, researcher, and entrepreneur based in Curitiba, Brazil. She is the founder and CEO of Talento Nato and developed the Entrepreneurial University Diagnosis to extend Steiner's pedagogical principles into higher education. And Tania Stoltz is a professor at the Federal University of Paraná in Brazil. Her work focuses on giftedness, talent development, creativity, and multiple intelligences to bring these approaches to adult learning, talent identification, and vocational autonomy.
Thank you. So he is Mary Angela Nardelli. I am Tania Stoltz. I will begin here. Extending Steiner's threefold soul into higher education, psychometric diagnosis, and entrepreneurial talent development in adults. So our problem. It doesn't work. It doesn't work, yeah. Oh, yes. How can entrepreneurial talent be assessed in higher education students in a way that contributes to their self-development? So, the justification and theoretical basis. There is a need for formative versus summative assessment. Also, a need for autonomy and professional authorship in higher education. And the instruments that we have related to identifying entrepreneurial characteristics focus on classification, not on formation. In entrepreneurship education, we see that self-perception as a foundation bring entrepreneurs operating from identity, knowledge, and connections. Beliefs about capacities determine action. Critical reflection shows us that adult education and vocational development require conscious self-observation. Then why entrepreneurial talent is essential in the 21st century? We have a need for adaptive, creative, and autonomous professionals. Entrepreneurial talent as an essential competence for navigating uncertainty and complexity, actually. We have nowadays instruments for assessing entrepreneurial characteristics, but the focus is on classifying profiles and intentions, is on measure observable behavior, do not promote formative self-knowledge. And we can see also an absence of formative or transformative dimension. And to the question, why Steiner's threefold soul in entrepreneurship education? Steiner brings us to this integral vision of the human being that express the soul by thinking, feeling, and willing. The concept of Bildung from the German tradition, he follows this tradition and defend a conscious self-development. So then this work here aims to present the DUE. The DUE is called University Entrepreneurial Diagnosis, a psychometric instrument to assess entrepreneurial talent in higher education students in order to contribute to their self-development. The DUE addresses the entrepreneur from the Steinerian perspective of the human being in their entirety. To operationalize the instrument, we articulate Steiner knowledge with contemporary literature about entrepreneurial education. Thus, thinking presents itself as mindset, feeling as personality, and willing aligns with behavior. These theories are then brought together. By thinking mindset, it involves the cognitive dimension, entrepreneurial self-perception, the concept of self-efficacy, mindset, and locus of control. By the dimension of feeling, we access the personality, the affective dimension, traits and emotional dispositions, the concepts of the theory of Big Five, emotional intelligence, and grit and resilience also. By the dimension of willing, we access the behavior through our executive dimension, observable actions and practices. Then the concepts of entrepreneurial competencies, effectuation, and proactivity. So the structure of the due instrument, 30 questions. 10 questions involved mindset thinking, 10 personality feeling, and 10 behavioral willing, plus demographic data, age, gender, course, institutions, in a Likert scale from 1 to 10, average completion time 12 to 15 minutes. For an example, the dimension of thinking, Q17, for example, about future vision. I find it easy to clearly and specifically describe where I see myself in 3 to 5 years, for example, in a Likert scale 1 to 10. Q22, locus of control. I believe I have control over the success of my future projects. So now the dimension of feeling, an example. Q14, optimism in the face of failure. I know that failure may happen when we decide to undertake an entrepreneurial endeavor. If that happens to me, I will find a way to overcome it. That scale, then to mark. Q16, enjoyment of challenges. I enjoy being challenged to come up with different ideas to solve a problem. And the dimension of willing behavior. Q1, for example, persistence. I work intensely and with focus to complete tasks and achieve established goals. Q30, for example, task involvement. I value my willingness to invest time and resources in goals I believe in. The application progress follow this sequence. First, the students receive a QR code, then they complete the form, and then after they receive a feedback. And after they receive a feedback.
The method, the design basic and research, the mass design research collective 2003, and mixed approach, quantitative, psychometrical validation, more qualitative feedback analysis. In the instrument, the involvement over 8 years. The applicate is in context, startup garage program, Sebrae peer. And the program is 80-week entrepreneurship training. The due is applied in the Diagnosis. The Sebrae is Brazil national and national agents that supports entrepreneurship, innovation, and the competences of a small business. The participants. The participants sample 1929 university students, 13 higher education institutions, public and private, in Curitiba City, Paraná, Brazil. The profile 30.3% male and 46.7% female, 72.1 between the 18 to 25 years old, 9.9% over 30 years old in knowledge areas, applied science, social science, engineering, health science, and interdisciplinary field. This is the territorial Brazil, Paraná, and Curitiba. The resultados. The psychometric validation, robustness indicators, the alpha Combrac 0.922, excellent and internal reliability. The Camel 0.952, exceptional adequacy for factor analysis. Exploratory factor analysis. 6-factor is plain 53.74% for total variance. And the dominant factor and engine value is equal 9.9 with the 16. Is implying 13.3, the variance alone in this concerning the interpretation, the integrated entrepreneurial potential. The mirror effect. The mirror effect validation. The robustness, no? Oh, thank you. The mirror effect interpretation. Analyze mirror effect when individual observe 10 cells in instructor situation, they develop self-understanding. Coherence with Steiner, authentic education equals potentialities through process that make the individual self-conscious. The do does not only measure it transformer. Discover the mirror effect. And next find students manifest internal mobilization of formative self-knowledge upon receive feedback. I had never thought about myself this way. Or now I understand why I make certain choices. And author, this exercise made me realize things I didn't see. This is emerging the dual function, diagnosis and formative. This works is students report the do surging and 2023 and 2024. This work present the due articulate Steiner's the threefold sound with contemporary theories of entrepreneurial education. The psychometric robustness, alpha romba 0.9 22, Kimo 0.952, evaluate entrepreneurial talent across 3 integration of dimensions: mindset, personality, and behavior. Emerging formative function, the mirror effect. Replicable model-based anthroposophy, and focused on entrepreneurial education. The University Entrepreneurial Diagnosis demonstrates that evolution can be both rigor or transformative. The limitation and future studies, regional samples only city Curitiba, the specific context, Cyber's Startup Garage program, need for validation in other cultures context, future studies validation in other regions of Brazil, in country, and internationally, longitudinal studies and formative effective evaluation of the application at different educational evaluation the structure feedback application from DUI. Is this? Oh, no. Thank you so very much. Is this so?
Sponsored by the Program for the Evolution of Spirituality.
Copyright 2023, the President and Fellows of Harvard College.